Good morning, Soul Family. Tracy here with Sweet Spot e-magazine. Thank you so very much for tuning in, for the subscribes, the likes, the views, the shares, the donations, the comments. I appreciate everyone. If you have not had an opportunity to subscribe, please do so. I am trying to reach 2,000 subscribers. Let's ring the bell, clear the energy, and see what the messages that Spirit has for us today. Almost sounds like somebody kind of went round and round and round before they made their final decision. Like they had a decision to make and they kind of went back and forth. Do I, don't I? Should I, shouldn't I? You know. And then they finally made their decision. Bottom of the deck, feeling safe. Maybe if somebody feels safe now with the decision that they've made. You know, maybe they have had to, it took them some time to make this decision because they actually still had some growing to do. They had some maturing to do. They had they had to make practical decisions about things. They had to look at life, not just the way that they've always looked at life, but they had to look at life differently. They had to stop self-sabotaging themselves because the way that they were looking at life before was just one-sided. It was like they were somehow afraid to accept this fearless love, this love that could not ever be replaced or broken, severed, stopped, cannot be curtailed, cannot be abolished. There's no death that would ever come to this love. And somehow, someone was self-sabotaging themselves. It's like now they had to get to a point where they had to look at everything real close, real clear. They had to look at the truth of the entire situation. Not just look at the truth of the entire situation, but they had to look at what they were actually creating. And what they were creating was false. They were being false. They weren't being real with themselves, and they had to look at that. So once they started looking at what they were not being true to themselves about, and maybe even going a little deeper, figuring out why they were not being true to themselves and what they needed to stop so that they could be true to themselves. That's when the worthiness for them, their worthiness came in. That's when it's like it just kicked in. They see now that they are worthy of the truth. And the truth is, they don't like wearing those masks. They don't like having to be somebody they're really not. They want to bask in their the the knowledge that everything that they have, everything that they acquire, everything that they are, it's because they are truly themselves. They're able to bring in that good juju just by being them. It's like just by allowing themselves to be the vessel that God wanted them to be, and not the vessel that man wants them to be, because they're two totally different vessels. Someone is understanding that there are some cords that won't ever, ever be severed. No matter how much time, no matter how much space, no matter how much anything. There are some cords that won't ever be severed. And this person is also understanding that there are some cords that they have to sever because those were the ones that betrayed them. Those were the ones that got them to start with this self-sabotage. Those are the ones that put those ugly thoughts, those ugly ideas, those things that make someone follow their south node into place. This is what someone is realizing, that they gave control to someone who betrayed them, who was always going to betray them, and who was set forth on this earth as their only job was to betray this person, to get this person off of their path, away from their purpose. But now someone they've dealt with the truth, and they are who they are. No longer ashamed or afraid to show the world who they are. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Wands. Someone is, like I said, they made a final decision. They finally got to the point where they made a final decision on which way they needed to go, on what they needed to do, on who they were, what they're about. They finally made that decision. Something about some type of immature action from the past, though. You know, and somebody's been sitting back watching, learning, listening to all the types of information that they can soak up. Because it's like were interested in unlocking the secrets within themselves. They needed to find the truth. They needed to find what it was that got them to doing what it is that they do. They needed to stop resisting. Someone's been resisting self, resisting God, resisting truth, resisting growth. Someone was resisting a person because they don't want to feel a certain emotion. They want to feel like they don't feel it. But they really do. And that's how they've been self-sabotaging themselves, by ignoring what they really truly feel. And it's like they're somebody trying to throw negative darts or evil eye at someone else, but not understanding that the truth of the matter is whoever they were trying to throw the evil eye was protected. Wasn't getting through. Wasn't getting through. This person stood in their truth. And they were not going to waver. They were not going to back down. They weren't going to stop talking. They weren't going to shut up. They weren't going to alter it. They weren't going to have, a different version. They were going to be the realist. They were going to speak the truth and let the truth be known. They didn't give a shit if it caused chaos, if it caused confusion, if it caused a cacophony. They didn't care because they needed to be set free. They needed to start having their wish fulfillment come through. Things that they needed to do for themselves. Because I feel like this person actually, while they were living in that darkness of self-sabotage, allowing someone else to create a narrative for them to follow, which felt confusing. It could have been somebody in their family who felt like they were a fool, and they would just follow anything and everything that this person said without a doubt, wouldn't blink, wouldn't ask questions, wouldn't do any of that. That they would believe everything that they had to say about this person, making it seem like this person was not the best person to be around, when really this person was. So the truth definitely set this person free as far as what they were willing or choosing to now believe about someone, or the 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 actions that they were taking to keep themselves perpetually stuck in a never-ending cycle, when really they really just wanted the happiness, the peace. It's something about the truth that scares this person. But this person knows that there's no way around. If they want to work with this person, if they want to work towards this person, if they want this person to accept them back or in to the fold, this is something that they're going to have to do. Something about these masks and their personality. Yeah, I feel like those masks had them drinking a lot. They had them drinking a lot, trying to keep up the persona of this is who I am. This is who I am, because whenever they were in a sober state, they know that they were not. That was not them. They drank a lot. They started drinking a lot to try and block out the memory, the idea of everything of what haunted them. They tried to block out their own deepest, darkest nights of the soul. This is what you don't want to run into in the middle of the night. That's your deepest fears. And someone is afraid to look at their deepest fears. They're afraid to look at what plagues them, because they know that this was just something that they created. Something about some immature action. But now this person needs some healing. Someone's going to have to stop drinking. They're going to have to start taking steps. Chop wood, chop wood, chop wood. Get yourself together. Become realist with yourself. Look at the spiritual windfall as the prize, not the physical windfall as the prize. Make a practical decision. Understand who this is in your life. Because that's the one who doesn't feel that you are worthy. That's the one that doesn't want you to succeed. This is the one that's keeping you off balance. You know, this is possibly somebody that you looked up to. Somebody that was your shining star, maybe your example at one point. Someone that you felt was, could be the head of a family or a father, a head of a business or something like that. But now you're seeing the truth. Now you're growing. You're coming into who you are. And you growing into who you are, you're becoming very emotionally balanced. And not only are you becoming very emotionally balanced, you're becoming very astute, very wise, very knowledgeable, and you're starting to lean on God's understanding and not your own. You're tapping in. You're asking for spiritual answers, not physical answers, because you understand that those physical answers can come from somebody, that may not have your best of interest at heart. You're having to grow into the leader that you need to be. You're having to understand that it's taking courage and strength on your part to be the person that you need to be, the person that you have to represent, that you're representing yourself to be. Now, it's like this person decided it was time for them to grow into that person, become that person. Something about this person, their worthiness. It's like them waking up to their own worthiness, them waking up to them having to make their own decisions, not listening to someone else, because that is you following the footsteps of someone else's self-sabotage for you. Because what if someone doesn't like this person, but God sent this person here specifically to help you? Are you going to fuck up your life following somebody else because that person has got their head stuck up in their ass? Or do you dislodge your head from their ass, wipe the poop off of your eyes, and start looking at everything and everyone with your own eyes, making your own decisions, living your own life? That's part of self-sabotage. Listening to everything that everyone else has to say about someone else instead of you making up your own mind. This could be someone that you've known from the past, or somebody that from a past life that's here to show you, help you understand your worthiness, to help you get on your path, to bring in that good juju for you. But here you are resisting. Here you are resisting. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Yes. And it's like, this is someone who realizes that they've sabotaged themselves. This is not someone looking at someone else having this this mental breakdown, these mental thoughts, this anguish, this mental anguish. This is someone who has been sabotaging themselves for so long, who's refused to look at how worthy they were because someone else in the they felt like they needed to be a part of a crowd or a clique. Whereas they really just needed to be themselves. They needed to stand up. What's the message? What's the message? Thank you. Yeah, so somebody is finally moving forward. They understand now it's up to them, for them to get the knowledge that they need to create what it is that they want, not following the crowd, because them getting the knowledge that they need is going to lead them to justice. Somebody had to wake up and feel like something happened, and then they had to wake up to see everything clearly. Like they had, like somebody told them at one point that they had to prove themselves, or somebody else had to prove themselves. Somebody wanted them to feel like people had to prove themselves before somebody got some type of respect. And that's not it. Because someone already had proved themselves before they even took their first breath. So someone is starting to understand this, that they always had all the information that they needed within them, and they're tapping back in. They're checking out of what no longer serves them, and they are tapping in to everything that they need, everything that they have, all the everything that they created that was false in the past. They allow that to crumble. All the false narratives, all the false stories, all the false lies, all the false relationships, all the false rumors, everything that was not true, they walked away. And when they walked away, they walked straight into the true love, worthiness, self acceptance, truth of who they are. It's like they were able to heal because they allowed spirit to guide them. Yeah, it's like they started looking at everything like, why am I doing this? Why do I keep doing this? Bottom of the deck, 4 of Pentacles. Like keeping something to themselves, or maybe they were keeping it to themselves while they were working on themselves, or understanding that something was Yeah, it's like they kept to themselves how out of balance they really felt. Through this period where they were self sabotaging themselves, they never felt in balance. They never felt like they were following their true north. They never felt like they were doing the right thing. They felt like they were kind of being bullied and kind of being forced in a way to act in a way or do something or whatever that someone else wanted them to do. And they had to come to the realization that it was up to them, that they have to defend themselves. They're going to have to communicate or do something and let somebody know, no, it's not happening. Yeah. Against some type of communication, against some type of energy, against somebody tried to cast some spells or something like that, and somebody saw the truth of this. Somebody saw it for what it was. They started recognizing how somebody's talking, how somebody's acting, what somebody does. They started noticing things that this person, toxic traits that this person exhibits or does, or they try to do little things to make them have control over you. They started seeing the truth of the matter. And when they could not con- con- control somebody, how angered they got, how upset they got. That's when someone understood they have been following somebody. There was a dark energy that was one of the biggest satanic worshipers. That was one of best Satan's best helpers. It finally woke up to that realization, that truth. It finally woke up to the truth. And the truth of that matter was they weren't happy. They were left out in the cold. They felt trapped. They were not happy. It was all they tried to appear happy on the outside, but on the inside they felt empty. They felt betrayed. They felt alone. They felt trapped because they weren't with who they really wanted to be with. They were trapped in some type of prison from this devil. Yeah, that's where they trapped themselves with those masks. That's what they created. That's the hell that they created. Somebody that was so obsessed with them, somebody that was so controlling, somebody that had so many toxic traits that this person found them having to defend themselves. This person found themselves having to possibly hide their own money and just make it so that they kept their self together over here or had to sneak and do this or do that because what they created was hell on earth. They created hell on earth. They're thinking about the past and how they were worthy. They felt so worthy in the past. Their esteem was good. They were doing this, they were doing that, they were going here, they were going there, and something changed. Someone, they allowed someone to change them. We've all been there. We've all done that. Allow someone to take us out of who we naturally are, only to find that we have to fight just to get back to who we are. Someone decided to take a time out. They decided to pray. They decided to get centered. They decided to ask God for help. It's like they had to look at this situation with these people they were around. They had to really start to feel their energy. And once they did, they realized that this was like a covenant they were involved in. And actually, they were the sacrifice. It's like this person may have all of a sudden sort of feeling ill, getting sick a lot, not feeling like they had any energy, didn't want to do anything, didn't want to really go anywhere. They started feeling like they were becoming depressed. And they were. Because this toxic energy was stealing their joy. Someone went within, looking for answers, asking God for help, asking God for directions. And when they did, they were actually shocked at what they saw, that the people that were around them really became combative, really became angry, spiteful, jealous, started saying some vile, vicious shit. Once again, they were able to see what these people were trying to do. The illusions they were trying to cast. They were trying to make it so that they could bully this person, or create this sense of terror in this person, so that this person made a bad move, a quick move that left them out in the cold, so that they would remain stuck, so that they wouldn't go anywhere, so that they wouldn't have anything. They wanted this person to always, always, always think like a page. But this page got tired of feeling like they was the fall guy. They was the one that was stuck. They was the one that made the sacrifice, the only sacrifice. It felt like, why am I the only one that's hurting? Why am I the one that's upset? Why am I the one that is not able to let this go? Why is everybody else over there rejoicing when my heart is hurting? Could have to do with something that somebody did against somebody that they wanted to really be in a relationship with. Something that caused them to be feeling like they're blocked. Like they're afraid to go over there. Like they're afraid to progress. Like they're afraid to. And it's all because they're seeing that somebody had them out there looking like a fool, taking unnecessary risks. Somebody had them out there looking like a fool. Let's see that now. Let's see that they was the only one that made the sacrifice. And not only was they the only one that made the sacrifice, They see that they was the sacrifice. Those witches made this great big old pot of nice hot water, told this person to get in and take a bath, and this person got in and started noticing, ooh, this water's getting a little hot. Ooh, y'all are turning the heat up. Y'all said to turn the heat down. These bubbles. And what is this chant, y'all? Are y'all trying to eat me? Yeah. Somehow, some type of knowledge, some type of gift, some type of idea, some type of light bulb went off for this person. That it was time for them, that they needed to walk away. That someone saw that, this empress, when she walked away, she went within. It's almost like when she went within, other people started, like, they started going berserk. High priestess and the ace of wands. Yeah, this person, somebody's made a decision. They have made a definitive decision. And it has to do with this empress. I feel like this person has decided to follow in the footsteps of this empress. I feel like this person has decided that it's time, whenever it comes to their family life, or what they hold as sacred and true, or these relationships that they are committed to, these relationships that they have these etheric cords with, that that these certain relationships have to end, and certain relationships have to end in order for them to be able to get on with life. It's like you have really come into the realization that I can't take you, I can't take you. So this person, yeah, come into that realization that certain relationships have to end in order for them to be able to, like, ascend to the next level, in order for them to be able to, you know, uh, have that wheel of fortune going in their favor again. And it may not even be about a particular relationship. This could be about someone just noticing that when, their relationship maybe hasn't, or their life, not the relationship, their life hasn't been what they've always wanted, but they just always knew who they were on the inside. And so maybe this person just had to finally make a decision that I have to leave and just be me. I have to do this by myself. I can't wait on anyone else, because everyone else, they're talking a good game, but they're not really being about nothing. Someone could see that maybe, somebody was just, they're trying to sweet talk them, but they're not really doing anything. They was just trying to, oh yeah, I'm going to do this, but they're not really adding. It's like something from something. No, nothing. I don't know how that song goes, but somebody wanted to put in absolutely nothing and get something. But now they're realizing that you have to put in. Somebody, yeah, they made a decision, and they plan on being victorious, because you know what? I think that someone spoke some truth to them. Someone told them about themselves. Maybe somebody had said, "Oh, dude, you know, Mm-mm. Yeah, I feel like someone had kind of told them about themselves. Could have been the Empress. Could have been somebody else. Could have been a King of Cups. Or maybe somebody pointed out something to this King of Cups. It's like somebody could see somebody had said something to this King of Cups, maybe about drinking, about something that they've been doing for a while now. Maybe something that they are not letting go, not choosing to see. But something about them having seeing this Queen of Wands. When this Queen of Wands comes to them, something is always fishy with that Queen of Wands, and they're seeing that. They notice that the communication ain't the same, that this and that. Almost like it's this Queen of Wands that has them doing a lot of drinking. Every time they're around this Queen of Wands, they start drinking, and it's almost like this Queen of Wands is trying to put something in their cup. They have to be careful of this. But someone is they it's not about some they see this. They're starting to have that realization now, and that's whenever they're putting an end to into certain relationships that they have, because they know what they really want and what they really intend to get back to is what they really cherish. So they see that they have to end those. They have to end those self-sabotaging relationships, and maybe that's what it is. Those relationships that were sabotaging, that were, these people don't care. Let me tell you something. When it comes to people talking about other people, people don't care. Some people are raw dogs. Some people are so depressed about themselves that all they can do is speak negative about everybody else because they feel bad about themselves. That's why they have to talk bad about everybody else. Someone needs to exercise in the energy of love. Always. Not the energy of negativity, but the energy of positivity. Certain connections, certain groups, societies, they all have to end. You have to end your association with them, because all they're doing is they are training you to be a big witch. Someone is right here. They're training right here, and they're like, no, you got to be a bigger witch. Someone is doesn't understand that they are actively being trained by a coven to be a bigger witch. But someone, they can't see that. It's almost this person now, they want to, they almost come to some realization about, you know, the training that they've been under, but they didn't realize it until now. And now they're ready to have spirit guide them. Now they're ready to go towards the stars. Now they're ready to go towards, where they need to go. And I feel like they want to kind of clear something up with this relationship, or with a person, or whatever it is. They want to definitely have a conversation. They want to extend their hand in some type of way. They want to heal this relationship. They want to heal whatever this is with this earth angel. It's like they see why this earth angel has taken space. Let's grab some from the stack. It is 46 minutes already. Oh my gosh. It was just 3 minutes. All right. Thank you. Something about this divine feminine. Somebody's daughter. Karma and Pandora are BFFs. Something about somebody's grandpap. Hi, grandpap. Grandpap said, time is up. Don't compete where you don't compare. Ever. Someone can now remember everything. Everything. Now they can remember everything and they understand about that energy vampire. I think we spoke about that. Somebody don't want this smoke. You don't want this smoke. Because Grandpap said time is up. And nothing else needs to be said. Always choose you. Y'all, if you've not had an opportunity to subscribe, please do so. I am trying to reach 2,000. I'll come back and see you soon. I love y'all. Have a great day.